G'day guys, so now we've got our wall linings on and our waterproofing membrane complete. It's time to lay out the tiles for our tilers. So the first thing we'll do is grab a tile out of the box, come into the room, we'll take the dimensions of the tile. In this instance, we've got an 1196 by a 597 tile. So what I will do is write the tile dimension on the wall, and that's the first step. All right, once we have the dimensions of the tile, it's time to balance the tile in the room for height and centralise the set out. To do this, we put a ruler on the floor in this instance to allow 10mm for our thin tile and our glue. Then we'll use our Hilti laser measurer. We'll sit this on our finished tile level, make sure we're shooting the ceiling and take the measurement. Once we establish our overall height from the finished tile to the finished plaster, we used our laser and we found it was 2675mm. From this, we divided by 2, come up with 1337.5 as our centre mark. To mark this, we go from the finished plaster, we come down and we mark it on the wall lining. Once we have this mark, we need to figure out what half of our full tile is. So our full tile was 1196mm high, therefore half of our tile is 598. From there, we go from our centre mark down and we set the bottom of our set out tile, or the top of our lowest tile. Once we've got our vertical set out complete, it's now time to work on the width of the room and see where the central point is. To do this, we take our laser measure again, place it in the corner of the room, and we shoot the dimension, 3103. Then we'll come to the other end of the room and do the exact same thing, 2370. Now that we've found both room widths, we can do the exact same process as we did before and balance centre of the room. Now that we've got our tile grid laid out with the help of our 360-degree Hilti laser, it's time to join the dots. To do this, we just use a thin chalk line and we mark all the points and joining the dots together, creating a grid for the tilers to start laying their tiles. Another important thing to remember when designing a bathroom is to ensure that the room is framed up to suit the tile width so that you've got minimal wastage. As you can see here, I've only got around 15 to 20mm to cut off the tile. This ensures that we get full tiles throughout the room, minimal wastage, and the room is balanced and aesthetically pleasing. As you can see behind me, now that we've got our grid laid out for all our tile edges, you can see that every tile in this room and every fixture fitting is in its place with a purpose. So, as you can see from the centre line here, we've got our rain heads or our shower heads coming out of the wall at exactly halfway from that tile, so 600mm. We've also balanced our mixers at 300mm, being another half, so it's all in proportion. Coming over here, you can see my marks on the wall. So what we've done, we've marked out our finished vanity or our stone top height in this instance, and we've marked out the bottom of our mixer which comes out of the wall. So what we've done, we've tried to balance our seam tiles. So as you can see here, we've got around 180mm. And then what I've done, I've framed up this niche or nib wall height at a further 180mm above. This will give us a good balance between the 2 points. So during the framing stage, when we set out our initial tile grid, we have 2 timber niches that go in this bathroom. So we've got a full height timber shelf, as you can see here. So what we did, we just framed the rough opening 10mm each way. That gives us enough room to get our shelf in, then butt our tiles into it later on. We've also done the same thing with our toilet niche. Another couple items we've added to this bathroom is floor heating and the feature LED lighting into all of the niches and joinery. Now that the set out preparation is complete, it's time for the tilers to come in. When the tilers come in, the builder will come back in and work through them with a set out to ensure that it is interpreted correctly, and then we're good to go.